Today I'm going to show how I make my flower pot scrubby. I've showed how I make my regular scrubbies, how I make my pot holders and my dishcloths, and I just have never showed how I do these. I use bridal illusion, which is called tulle, in the center of the front, and then I use the crochet cotton in the back, and then I finish it off with a decorative edge so it fits in my hand. Now you can always add one extra round if you like to make it a little bigger, or two extra rounds if you like to make it bigger. It's entirely up to you how many rounds you want to do. The best way I can describe the concept is one of these little yellow and green sponges. The top here is scratchy like this, so you can scrub on pots or to get rid of tough baked on food, and the other side is soft and spongy, which would be the same as this side. So basically you're making one of these but in a different decorative shape. What you need is obviously crochet cotton, peaches and cream or sugar and cream. They both work great. I've got one already round up I'm going to do, and some of the tulle, I think it's U-I-L-L-E. I've already cut this in a strip about 2.5 inches. They come in multitude of colors. See, here's a bunch I've got ready to cut up. These are 72 inches wide, and then I get about a yard. And you get them in a variety of colors like maroon and green and orange, red, black, purple. And you cut them into your strips like I did here. Take the pin out. See, it's a nice long strip. And after you cut it into your strips, and you want to wind it into a ball. So after you cut it into strips, when you do it, you have to pull it apart like this, because it's actually two pieces. I gotta pull it apart again. As you can see, there's quite a bit because it's 72 inches wide. And then when you put two together, it makes it 144 inches wide. I do a square knot, which is right over left, and then left over right, and make a nice square knot. I don't worry about how long my tail is. Some of this will be trimmed off, the rest will be hidden inside the middle of your work. Then you would tie it to your ball and continue making the ball bigger and rounder. I think I have enough here. There's 4 pieces connected to here. It's on my pattern, which I call a 4-piece kitchen set, I think. It's on Ravelry and it's on my website, stitchniche.com. You can find it in both places. On it shows my dishcloth, my pot holders, 3 different types of scrubbies, and obviously the one here that looks like the flower. It's actually page 2. Because the dishcloth, which is this picture, is this little section here, which is quick and easy. This is done in a V-stitch. And then this is the flower scrubby, which I show right here. You make 2 of the round pieces, and then when you put them together with the crochet cotton, that's when they join. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got all my pieces set and ready to go. I'm going to use this yarn here. You pull it back a little bit. Okay, with nylon netting, so we start with the nylon netting. You can start with either, and you use a size I hook. I don't think a H would be big enough, especially for the nylon netting, but if you wanted to try it with the H, you're more than welcome to. But I'm going to do it with the I. So it says, make a magic ring with 6 single crochets. It's a little bit of a challenge to work with this yarn because it's not really yarn, but you just keep playing with it and take your time, and you will be able to master it. It's just different from normal, okay? But you do follow the same normal stuff when you're making anything out of yarn. So there's 6 single crochets. There's 1, 2, 3. I said this you have to take your time with because it does get wrapped around you. So as you can see here, it kind of got around my hook a little bit. I wish I had picked a different color so you could really see the color variation there. Okay, so that was 3, 4, 5, 6, and then pull it tight. Then round 2, 2 singles in each stitch, which makes 12. We'll follow the same rules that we did when we made the other items. So we're going to hold that yarn inside of our work. So we're going to catch it inside. We do 2 singles in each. 1, 2. I'm a little bit fumbly fingered tonight, so please bear with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I don't use regular nylon netting. It's way too stiff, and as you're crocheting with it, it's extremely difficult and it tears very easily. Because I tried using it to start with, and I decided it was just too stiff and too difficult to work with. So I switched to the tulle, and since it comes in a multitude of colors too, it was ideal. Okay, there's my 6, and as you can see, my tail's caught inside. Okay, round 3, 2 singles in the next and 1 single in the one after that. So you have a total of 18. So we start with 2 in this one. So 1, 2 in this one. 3's in the next one. 4 and 5 is in the next one. 6 is after that. 7 and 8 is in the next one. 9 is by itself. 10 and 11 is in the next one. 12 is by itself. 13, 14 is in this one. 15 is by itself. 16, 17 is together. And 18 is by itself. Okay. Now, if you find the eye hook makes it too big and open, like to me, this seems too big and open. I think I would like to have it a little bit more solid. So I'm going to take it apart with the eye and see what happens if I do it with an H. I'm going to leave the original 6 intact. And see what happens with the H. It'll be a little bit tighter, definitely. So I do, let's see, 2 in each of these, so I have a total of 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oops, I didn't catch it all. Okay, so I have 12 there. And then we got to do our 18. So 1 and 2 in this one. 3 by itself. 4 and 5 in the next one. 6 is by itself. 7 and 8. 9 is by itself. 10, 9, 10 and 11 are here. 12 is by itself. 13, 14 are together. 15 is by itself. 16 and 17 are together. And 18 is by itself. Now let's look and see what this is. Still looks a little open, but I guess once I put it on here, it doesn't look quite as open because you can't see through it like you can with this one. But I kind of like doing it on the H better, and I know the crochet cotton works better on the H hook than it does the I. So it's entirely up to you. You can do it with an I or you can do it with an H. Okay, now round 4 is 2 singles in 1 stitch, and then 2 single crochets, 1 in each of the next 2 for a total of 24. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are separate. 5 and 6 are together. 7 and 8 are separate. 9 and 10 are together. 11 and 12 are separate. 13 and 14 are together. 15 and 16 are separate. 17 and 18 are together. 19 and 20 are separate. 21 and 22 are together. 23 and 24 are separate. Okay, now you can see my tail is coming up. So I make sure when I crochet that tail stays on the bottom. And the reason for that is when you put the two pieces together like this, then the tail will be caught in the middle of your work. Of course, you trim some of your tail off. It's entirely up to you how much. I usually leave at least a ½ inch of tail, and then I pull it tight one last time just to make sure. Okay, now here we got 2 singles in the next single, and then 3 in each of the next singles. So that's a total of 30 stitches. So 1 and 2 are together. 3, 4, and 5 are separate. There, I caught up to my tail. So don't try to weave it in or anything, just let it hang. Okay, and this is, I gotta find out where I left off. See, there's the 2 together, so I got, this is number 5. Okay, 6 and 7 are together. 8, 9, and 10 are separate. 11 and 12 are together. 13, 14, 15 are separate. 16, 17 are together. 18, 19, and 20 are separate. 21 and 22 are together. 23, 24, and 25 are separate. 26 and 27 are together. We're just about done with this round. 28, 29, and 30 are separate. Okay. Now it says to do 2 single crochets more. That'll make a total of 31 stitches. So 2 single crochets in here. And then you want to count to make sure you got 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I'm missing 31. Evidently, when I did this down here, I screwed up a little bit. So I'm going to add 2 more stitches in the next one. You won't have to because you'll do it right the first time. I just didn't want to take this whole thing apart. It's too much of a pain to take it apart and start again. Okay, so let's try. See what I got here now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, I got 31, which is what I need. Okay, finish off, pull through the knot, pull it through to tighten. You get it. Okay, so your beginning one is ready to go. I mean, your top one is ready. Now we're going to repeat the process with crochet cotton. And I said it works better with the I hook, so that's why I kind of like to, the H hook. That's why I'd rather like to use the H hook. Let me put this on the floor. Works better down there. Okay, let's repeat this whole thing again. We start with a magic loop. And 6 single crochets. The first round is always the most difficult because you don't really have a lot to hold on to. Then pull it tight. And then you do 2 singles in each of these, which gives you the 12. This would be round 2. And carry the tail with it across. That way you don't have to weave it in later. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now if you're off like I was here by one extra stitch, just do 2 single crochets like I did in the next one, and then I did a couple extras just so it wasn't really close on that end. So if you have to, you can add 2 more. If not, if you come up with 31, you're in great shape. Just keep on going. All right, so now I'm doing round 3, which is 2 singles in one and then 1 single in the next, so I have a total of 18. So 2 in the first one, 3 in this one, 4 and 5 in this one, 6 by itself, 7 and 8 together, 9 by itself, 10 and 11 are together. It does crochet up really quickly. 12 is by itself, 13 and 14 are together, 15 is by itself. We got 3 more to go, and then this round will be done. Like I said, if you wanted to make it bigger, you can always keep going. So the next one after this is where it says single crochet in the next 3. The next one will be single crochet in the next 4, which would make it 36 stitches in the next round. That's if you wanted to take it up 1 more round. So it's always adding 1 more stitch in this section here, which adds an extra 6 stitches on your grand total. Okay, now I've just did the 18, so now I'm going to do the 24, which is 2 singles in the next, then 1 single in each of the next 2, which will give me the 24. So 2 here, 3 and 4 by themselves, 5 and 6 together, 7 and 8 by itself, 9 and 10 are together, 11 and 12 are separate, 13, 14 are together, 15 and 16 are separate, 17 and 18 are together, 19 and 20 are separate, 21 and 22 are together, 23 and 24 are separate. Okay, so that round is done. You can see that it works up really quick. Okay, so now let's do round 5. 1 and 2 are together, 3, 4, and 5 are separate, 6 and 7 are together, 8, 9, and 10 are separate, 11 and 12 are together, 13, 14, and 15 are separate, 16 and 17 are together, 18, 19, and 20 are separate, 21 and 22 are together, 23, 24, and 25 are separate. Last bunch. 26, 27 are together, 28, 29, 30. Okay, and then I do 2 together in this one, and that should give me 31. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. As you see, it worked out right that time because I didn't have the mess up. But I don't like to stop. Personally, I don't like to stop with 2 right there. I like to do at least a couple more. It's optional. You don't have to. I always do, though. And then finish it off. Here we go. Now I have to hang on to this yarn because we're going to use it again. All right, so that we have both of these ready, and they're going to set together like this. And they should be roughly the same size. And I never match these two up. I always kind of stagger them apart like that. Finish off, pull and knot tight. Trim down to 1/2 inch. This will be hidden inside your work, so you trim that down a little bit smaller because that's going to go inside your work. Same with this one. And then like I trimmed these down to like 1/2 inch. First I give it one extra tug just to make sure it's nice and tight because I don't want it to come loose. And then I cut it off. Okay, so now these will all be hidden inside my work. There we go. Make the second circle, which we did, and then join, set aside to join, which I'm getting ready to do now. With the same crochet hook, make the circle in the cotton as follows, well, which we did. It's the same thing. And then check both circles against each other to make sure they match. Okay, now we've got to join both pieces together. It looks like I'm missing part of it, so I'm going to have to go print up part of it. So then you get a starting point. It doesn't matter where, but you want to go through all 4 of the stitches. Now if you want, you don't have to finish this one off. You can actually use this to continue crocheting the pieces together. I mean, that would work also. Okay, what I like to do, just because it's me, I like to pull the 2 pieces together and then make just a single knot and stick that down inside. This way, it just kind of, to me, it gives it a little bit more support. So, but it's up to you. You start yours any way you normally do. Okay, and then I come up there and I'm ready to go. Okay, and single crochet in each of the 31 stitches around to join the 2 pieces. So I got, okay, so I got, there's 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess I don't have to count. We know there's 31 on both because we checked. And there's no increasing in this round. You just go around it even. When you get to here, you get those 2 in. Now you want to make sure you get this one into here. Stick that tail inside your work. Go to the next one. Connect them together. That's why I stagger my tails that way, so they're not touching each other. Because it would see a definite jog. Here the jog is there, but it's a minimal jog. Just take your time going around. Like I said, they'll all fit together. There shouldn't be any extra stitches because we did count and it did say there'd be 31. I always do it with the Scrubby yarn on the top. That way I have that nice finished look on the top, because the back of your work has a different effect. So I like to make sure my Scrubby's on the front and I do my work on the front. Now if you want to do it on the reverse side and have the this be considered your top, you're more than welcome to do that. Looks like after I get this done, I'm going to have to pause the video and go print up the other page. I didn't realize it was on 2 different pages. I thought it was just all on this one page. I didn't read it first. You still have to be careful. You get those done. One more. Now the challenge. Get that tail down inside your work. And make sure you grab the stitch just above that tail. That way the tail's down inside. You can always reach inside with your finger and make sure you can pull on it just to make sure. Because you will have a little bit of room since you staggered your 2 ending points. Now I'm not sure. Let's see, that was that one. So this one is next. And then I like to count. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How I got 6, I'm not sure. So if that happens, you want to take these together and go back in the same top one and go in the second bottom one, like that. And it doesn't show, but it allows you to have just the exact amount of stitches. I don't know how I got one extra, unless I miscounted, but it doesn't matter. You can put those two together just like I did. Join with a slip stitch. Okay, that part is done. Now the next part will be, I think there might be one more round and then the scallop. Let me go get the rest of the pattern and we'll see what the rest of it shows. Oh, okay, I went and printed up page 3, and as you can see here, I enlarged it a little bit. You can see how I'm showing to go through the front and the back, both in the first round, and the second round is easy because you're just going in the top of the first round. And I'm just, for some reason, I've showed it twice. I guess this is a little bit closer up, and then of course you see the finished part of it. So let me go ahead and take this back down a bit. Okay, so I've done round 1. So round 2 is single crochet in each of the 36 single crochets, so there's no increasing. But I would chain 1 first just to make sure I can go up. Why I didn't put that on there, I don't know, unless I put it on the other page. Let's see, did I? Yep, chain 1 and turn. It's right there, chain 1 and turn. So it is on there. So now let's go around and get 1 in each of these. It lays pretty flat even without doing any increases in these first 2 rounds. Now the round with the flowers, obviously there's going to be more stitches in order to get the flower, and that also helps make it lay flat. Now you can use any color combination you like. You can pick white tulle and black crochet cotton if you really want something stark, or you can do white with yellow, or you can do 2 shades of pink, or you can do 2 shades of blue. You know, it's entirely up to you. Or if your kitchen colors are blue and green, do part of it blue and part of it green. You can do it in solids, or you can do it in variegateds. I like using the variegateds because sometimes this color does not match the other yarn. So by using a variegated, it just has more color tonal quality. And really, this is not the best choice of colors, but this is what I had available, so that's the reason I'm doing it. And so it'll work. Probably would have been better if I used the other yarn I have, which is basically shades of yellow and gold. But I'm not going to stop now. I'll go ahead and finish this one. We're just about done anyway. We've only got 1 more round and then we're completed. Get in there. And then slip stitch to close. All right, now I got round 2 done. And see, all of the tails are stuck inside of your work, so you never have to weave anything in until you get to the last one. Okay, round 3, single crochet in the next, single crochet in the next 5 single crochets, 2 singles in the next single, repeat. Oh, so I'm doing it another time, round 3. That doesn't sound right. Really, I don't think that's wrong, because you're supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, skip 1 and then a single. So I need to make a correction there. That's why I like not doing the pattern for a while and then following the pattern, and then I find out if I made a mistake. So this is great. Okay, I'll chain 1, so that'd be the same as a single crochet here. I skip 1 and do 5 doubles in the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's my first scallop. Skip 1, single crochet in the next one. Skip 1, 5 doubles in the next one. And this is repetitive all the way. Now, like I said, I'm going to have to make a a correction and then resubmit this both on Ravelry and on my website, stitchniche.com. So that way, if you've got an original copy, well, if you've already bought one copy and you're doing it through Ravelry, they will automatically send you an updated copy. If you bought your copy on my website, Stitch Niche, it doesn't have that capability. So please send me an email and I will be very happy to send you a copy. And my email is listed on my website. It's stitchniche2000@gmail.com. Or you can use Violas with an S, Emporium, at outlook.com. No, I'm sorry, violasemporium@gmail.com. You could send me a note there, and same thing, I will send you a new version. Be very happy to send you an updated correction. But either way, I'd like to make sure you have one, or just make the correction on your copy, and then you're good to go. So basically, round 3 is what I'm doing now. Where you skip 1 is single crochet, skip 1 and 5 doubles in the next spot, there's what, that's 4, need 1 more. Sometimes when I talk I don't count, when I don't count then I get off by 1. And that's when my top one got a little wonky, especially with that stitch there. I didn't go back and fix it. If I went back and fixed it, it would have looked a lot nicer. But I wanted to get this done to show you how it was done so I can get it on the website as quickly as possible on YouTube. And you yourself would not make that same mistake I did. You would make it correct the first time out. But also that goes to show even people who've been crocheting for 50 years still can make mistakes and still do wonky things. And since it's my project and it's got a little bump in it, that makes it my project. It's not perfect. I'm not perfect. So sometimes my work is not perfect. Once in a while people notice it, and a lot of times people don't notice you've got a mistake because they're not looking for the mistake. So therefore they don't see it. Okay, let me do 5 of these, and then we'll check it in piece and see where we're at the end. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now I can do a single crochet here, and then I'll do a slip stitch into this one, or I'll do it, go skip 2 and do it up here, because that's where the first stitch actually was. So I'll do a slip stitch in there. Sometimes you have to do a little adjustment. So I do a slip stitch there and then finish it off. Pull it tight. There. I guess I didn't have to have 31 stitches. I could have just done it with 30 single crochets. But that's entirely up to you if you wanted to go ahead and readjust it and make it just 30 crochets. But it seems like when I do with 30, I always need an extra one. So I put an extra one, and then if I need it, it's there. If I don't need it, I think the reason I have that extra one is because I put those 2 stitches together. Right there, I put those 2 together, so I actually added an extra stitch. So I actually had 32. If I had not made that mistake, it would have come out perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to weave in my tail, go down in the back of my work, pull it tight because you want to make sure that goes down nice and snug, and then go through several stitches in the back. I like to go to the next one and then go through all those double crochets. And then go underneath 1 stitch or go over 1. So you want to have that yarn either on top or below, and then go back the same way you came. And that kind of tightens it up for you. There, and now it's finished. So that's how I make my flower pot scrubby. And like I said, you can go to stitchniche.com and find the pattern. I'm going to make the correction this evening. Or you can go to Ravelry.com. I'll make the correction on that one also. If you like what I've done, please subscribe to my channel. If you want to see the next project when it comes out, click notifications and share with your friends. The more we have, the more I can make. Thank you and have a nice day when I make more patterns that I can make.